Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Mark Mosey Show podcast. As we're always broadcasting from the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Take back control of your life. Call them today. This is key. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. It's Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Now, this fine lady does a great job as the president of a fine organization here in Brevard County. Yes, she is Rebecca Miller with the Seminole Club of Brevard. We got to talk some Seminoles football with the season starting this Saturday. Rebecca, how you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Mark.
Do you like what I said, how finally, after months and months of sitting around, we finally got football? Do you like that, Rebecca?
I'm so excited for this year to begin.
Yeah, you're right. They're going to play Saturday. We'll get to that in a bit. But before we do that, tell us about the Seminole Club of Brevard and what you guys are all about.
So the Seminole Club of Brevard is for all Seminole alumni, fans, family, friends, anybody that is FSU, anything. Are welcome to join us for our game watches, for our community events, for giving back to the community. We're just a club that likes to get together to celebrate all things Seminole.
That is awesome. And you guys have done great events over the years. And especially if you're new to the area and you want more info. Yeah, I teamed up with you guys. We were at Kennedy Space Center, and yet, Bobby Bowden is there and Gene Deckeroff. Like, that's where I met Lee Corso. Like, that was a moment for me. Lee Corso is the man in my eyes. So that was cool. And I know you guys have had different, even smaller events where you'll have Michael Langston on, who's a great guy, and he'll speak about recruiting and all that stuff. So I know you take great pride in putting those events together, right, Rebecca?
Yes. And, COVID did a number on all clubs everywhere. So, we were kind of back in a building phase for a few years. Our previous president, I want to give out a shout to David Treffer. He just did a wonderful job of keeping the club going through such a difficult time. So we actually moved to Brevard in 2019, right before COVID hit. And my husband is actually was in the Army. And so he had a very specialty job. And he ended up going overseas during COVID for 2 years. And David was like, oh, well, I want you to get more involved. I was doing the communications and stuff for the club. And I said, not until he comes back from Germany. So when he came back, David's like, Tag, you're it. And so this is my 4th year. Last year was supposed to be my last year, but we couldn't find anybody to take over the club. I said, I'll give it one more year. So I'm going to put in a recruiting pitch for people who want to join our leadership. We're looking for people to, come on and help the club. But yeah, so the club is just, it's been growing. We've had scholarships come back for the first time in, a long time. We have great watch parties. People get together for that. We've done wreaths across America. Up at Cape Canaveral is one of our community service every year for Seminole Service Day, which is usually in March. Where Seminoles give back to the community. We partner with the Children's Hunger Project up in Cocoa and nice. do a food packing there. And so we've just had great community support from the Seminoles in the area.
That is really cool. All right. Tell us about the watch parties, because especially it starts this Saturday.
It starts this Saturday. And first of all, I'd like to say a big thank you to our watch party location that we had for the last 3 years, which was Charlie and Jake's Barbecue on Indian Harbor Beach. They were wonderful to us. And for no particular, there's nothing that happened, but because of our board and where everybody lives and all of our family situations, we ended up having to move mainland, not beachside. Okay. So we have actually paired up with Double Tap Grill, which is attached to Frog Bones Shooting Center on Route 1.
Oh, okay.
And they are going to be our new Game Watch location. So if anybody out there, is hasn't ever been to one of our Game Watches, they're huge. We love to have it's going to be all Seminoles, everybody together in one big room. Double Tap has been fantastic. They're giving us a special game day menus, special game day drink packages for Seminoles. And so we're really excited about this. It's all in one big room. They've got a huge big screen TV. All the TVs in the whole place are going to be just on Seminole football. So very excited about that. They put in an outdoor TV for us so that, if we have overflow out on the patio, there's going to be a TV outside. They've just done a really great job of trying to accommodate us and, make us feel welcome. So we're really, really excited about that. And I'm going to, if you don't mind, give the address for where we're going. It's at 404 South Harbor City Boulevard in Melbourne on Route 1.
Okay, then. That was a great shout out. Rebecca, all right. What time do you have to get for the watch party? What time do you have to be there?
What time do I have to be there? It just depends on who from our board is able to go to the different watch parties. And that's always, kind of a thing is everybody's so busy with their lives, and this is an all volunteer, leadership position. So everybody has stuff going on, grandkids or kids or, sports things or whatever. So just depends on who's going to be there. But generally we try and have it open up to anybody that wants to come get a seat. We're hoping people will come about a half an hour before kickoff time. I like to get there at least an hour and a half ahead of time because I don't get to eat during the games. I'm like constantly up and walking around and meeting people and doing giveaways and stuff. So I like to get there early because otherwise I'm starving by the end of the game. So
I understand completely. And especially by the fourth quarter, I don't know. I have to be locked in. This is very important. Okay. No eating now. I have to be watching this.
Well, and by the fourth quarter, usually my stomach's in butterflies anyways. So I don't want to be eating something in the fourth quarter with our Noles. I mean, I love our Noles, but sometimes that last quarter, you're just like, oh my gosh.
You're absolutely right. Are you going to have t-shirts for sale? How's this going to work now?
So right now behind me, I don't know if you can see our logo. So there's been a big changeover in the Alumni Association over the last year. We had a lot of change, and this year the Alumni Association clubs, the Seminole clubs, have gone back over to Seminole boosters. So there's been a little bit of a shift. And so all of our logos were changed. And so we have a lot of old logo stuff that we're going to be trying to deep discount. So if people want to get a good deal on old logo stuff, they should definitely come early, just plugging it, so that they can come and get some really good deals on all of our old logo stuff before we start, transitioning over to new logo stuff.
Everything must go.
Everything must go.
That is awesome. All right. So you moved to Brevard County in 2019. That's very nice. You and your husband did, but then he was gone. Now he came back. I like this story. That was interesting. So I hope he's doing well.
He is.
Okay. So did you go to Florida State yourself as a student?
I am an alumni. I went to Florida State. My freshman year was 1985. And I was on the 5-year plan. So I graduated in 1995 with a degree in art education. So I was an art teacher for 20 plus years. I took early retirement. We used to live up in Virginia. I was part of the DC Noles up there. And so we retired. We wanted to move someplace that was not quite so cold like Virginia. And so we looked around and Florida to me has always kind of been home. And so we looked down in Florida in several places, Tampa, Port St. Lucie, and we fell in love with Melbourne. So we bought a home down here and have just loved it ever since.
All right, wait, let's just clarify this. Okay, so you're a freshman in 1985. You were telling me you're originally from Connecticut. Mm-hmm. You're like, I don't want to see snow. But then what happened your freshman year?
It snowed. Like the fountain froze over. I have an old from like the Tallahassee Flambeau or whatever it was. Yeah, with the fountain frozen. My freshman year, I'm like, what is this? I mean, I kept my jacket because I had to go home on the breaks, but I'm like, thank goodness I had my jacket because, and of course all the Florida kids are out there rolling in the snow. And then they're like, why is it so cold? I'm like, because you're wet.
I tell this to everyone, snow for a day is fun. But
right.
when the cold and the ice, when it goes for 4 straight months, then it's not fun anymore. Okay.
Nope.
It's not after a while. That is awesome, man. Now you're here in Brevard County. That's you. So you grow up in Connecticut. You probably, like, especially you're a teenager, you never thought you'd live in Melbourne, Florida on the Space Coast. There's no way. It wasn't part of the plan, but that's cool you do that. That is awesome. Do you ever try to go to games when you can up there in Tallahassee?
So I was in the Marching Chiefs. And Marching Chiefs all the damn time. And so I go back every year that I'm able for homecoming and march with the alumni band at homecoming every year.
What did you play in the Marching Chiefs?
I was a clarinet player.
Okay, that's awesome. So you have the clarinet ready at any moment if they need you. You're ready.
I do.
When and where? I am ready. All right.
Yep.
Did anyone else in your family go to Florida State?
Sadly, no.
No.
They all made poor life choices.
They did. I'm the unique one. I am. All right. How can we get more information on everything you guys do?
So we're on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on X. We're on
we're everywhere.
I don't know what else there is out there. So, but they can email us anytime. It's very easy. Brevard Seminole Club @gmail.com. So
yeah, that is.
And then,
oh, go on.
Sorry. Also on the Boosters website, there's the Seminole United, which is the new clubs that, the Seminole clubs are part of a new program called Seminole United with Boosters. And so if you go to the Boosters site, you can look up where the Seminole clubs are, and it has our information on there as well.
Okay, we'll end with this. And Rebecca, thank you for coming on today. All right, my favorite, like when I think of Florida State as a brand, my favorite moment is being there in Orlando a couple years ago in the opener when Florida State played LSU. And LSU with Jane Daniels, who won the Heisman Trophy that year, he came out and looked amazing. And LSU was up big at the halftime. And all of a sudden, I don't know what was said at halftime for the Seminoles. They came out and laid the smackdown on LSU in that second half. And there were thousands upon thousands of Seminole fans there at Camping World Stadium. And that's when I think of Florida State football. What about you? I'll throw it back at you. When you think of Florida State football, what's a moment maybe you could do multiple. What's yours, Rebecca?
Oh my gosh. That's putting me on the spot here.
I am putting on the spot.
I have to say, being in the band, my things about Florida State is, it's not just one thing. It's everything about Florida State. It's Chief Osceola and Renegade coming out and throwing the spear. It's Marching Chiefs being out there, doing the war chant. It's the fans doing the chop that just ignites the whole stadium, and everybody, at home doing it, watching it on TV. It's Jordan Travis and what happened to him, and everybody coming back and just, supporting him after his, and it wasn't just, well, he's done. Everybody in the Seminole Nation, gathered around him. Same thing, with any football player who's been hurt, or any team who's had problem. I mean, that's why we're unconquered. It's just because of our Seminole spirit and the camaraderie and the family that's behind Seminole, the Seminole Nation. We're one tribe, and that just, it's not just one thing. It's everything about the Seminoles.
What an answer. Wow. You are ready. That was a fantastic answer.
Go Noles.
I like that. You didn't say the part, they took all my money. That was the other thing for, going there for school. Hey, I paid to go here. I deserve this part of my family now.
That's right.
Her name is Rebecca Miller. Great answer there. I appreciate you coming on, and good luck with the watch parties this fall. All right.
Thank you. Go Knowles.